The challenges faced by any coach or manager or parent participating in a youth baseball, football, soccer league are many. But what if one of those challenges happened to be the fact that your fields, facilities, and equipment were all destroyed? Today we caught up with a coach from New Orleans, Louisiana, the Gulf Coast, ravaged by Hurricane Katrina. We talked to him first off about what he was doing at the tournament, travel ball, all the different issues that we're interested in here. And then we took it a step further and talked about the challenges faced by his team in trying to bounce back from the devastation of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita.
I mean, just in any organization is pretty much just the money. I mean, the parents come out here, we do fundraisers. A lot of it comes out of pocket. But, I mean, you come out here and you try to give your kids what you don't have when we were young, that we really didn't have this. So that's pretty much what it's about.
Where does the money come from to send the guys on these kind of trips?
We pretty much, I mean, we look for sponsors if we have them, pretty much people we know that know what we're doing and respect what we're doing. And we do pretty much like football boards and jambalaya dinners, which that's a Louisiana cuisine if y'all didn't know that. But it's just pretty much it's just parents getting out there and putting their nose down and grinding it out. And last year we went to Cooperstown, and that takes a chunk of money to go. So, I mean, we try to pick one or two a year that we can go to, and we put the goal out there. And if we reach that goal with just doing our just normal day fundraising, that's fine. If not, then some of us kind of dig a little deeper. So that's pretty much how it goes.
You're a coach, but you're also a parent. You have a son on the team. What do you do to balance your summertime?
That's a good one. You try to. Try not to take away from the kids and what they have, but they know in their minds that they want to compete at this level. It's going to take some dedication. And hopefully that'll carry over and when they come grown men.
Let's talk a little bit. Let's shift gears. You're obviously a team based out of New Orleans. Everybody knows Hurricane Katrina came through. It was devastating. What did the storm do to baseball programs?
Well, in New Orleans, it pretty much just shut it down. The surrounding areas, some of the kids that were fortunate enough not to get shipped out per se, that they moved up to Baton Rouge or they moved to Slidell and surrounding areas. And so the recreation had kids, they didn't know who each other were. Usually when you're in a community and you get drafted in the rounds as the recreation does, is that you usually knew the guy that's playing shortstop or playing first or whatever, but they didn't. But they adapted to it, and they did very well.
How has the area bounced back as far as baseball goes? You know, are there fields or kids being able to play, and how did they get to that point?
Well, in New Orleans, just coming around, the West Bank wasn't hit as hard as the East Bank was, so the West Bank came online a lot quicker than the East Bank did. But the Baton Rouge, we bounced back right off the bat. They had some lights and stuff on the poles that they had to fix, but they pretty much put their nose down and got it done.
What about in Biloxi and Baton Rouge area?
Biloxi has a very good complex there, right there off I-12. And they were shut down pretty much for the summer. They had so much damage there. Some of the light poles were bent in half. So, I mean, it wasn't just go out there, straighten up some lights and throw some fertilizer and seed down and water it and get it going again. They pretty much was shut down for about a whole year.
To get stuff like this back up and running after something like this, it takes some pretty awesome people doing some spectacular things. You talked to me earlier about a man who kind of went over and above to help the kids out as far as baseball goes. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, there's an individual in Baton Rouge, Mr. Pepper Rutland, that saw what baseball was doing and what Baton Rouge and the surrounding communities needed, and went in and put a state-of-the-art. Cal Ripken designed it, and it's called Cypress Mounds. It's located right there in the heart of Baton Rouge. It's a top-notch, just class facility. and it's strictly just for 14 and under. And every weekend they got something doing. As a matter of fact, almost every night they have something out there now, and it's just a top-notch facility.
Just out of the goodness of his heart. Well, out of the goodness of my heart, we're going to come visit you and we'll have a crawfish boil. How about that?
You buy the crawfish?
Heck yeah, baby. Thank you so much, buddy.
You got it.
It's been nearly 3 years since Hurricane Katrina ravaged the Gulf Coast. Not everyone has a Pepper Rutland to build them a cypress mounds. That's why I want to tell you about an organization called Kaboom. Kaboom is a national nonprofit organization whose vision is a great place to play within walking distance of every child in America. They organize community-built play spaces, and just last month, they completed their 100th playground. I encourage you to support this organization by volunteering or with a monetary donation at kaboom.org. Remember, if there's no place to play, we're all out of business. That's going to do it for us today. We'll see you right back here next time for another great edition of Clubhouse Gas.